Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome to Money Control. I'm Karunya Rao and with me is Manisha Gupta. And today we talk about the up move we've seen all of this month in metal prices, and it's been a phenomenal run up. Now, talk to us about the big winners and what are these metals which were the big outliers and outperformers.
Thank you for that, Karuna. Well, absolutely. When you look at a copper, it has been the best monthly gain that we've seen in this year or since May 2021 as well. So that's the kind of comeback that many of these metals really seem to be posting out. And when you talk about the winners in this month, well, you have seen copper prices gain up by nearly 8%. Zinc, aluminum follow with those kind of gains as well. In the ferrous metals sector, we are looking at steel prices up by 6.5%, iron ore clearly outperforming with 25% of gains. And in metals as well, the lesser talked about metals like tin, which is up by 25%, or nickel, which is up 14 to 17% on the higher side as well. So everywhere that you look, we are closing November on a very positive note here. And not just the industrial metals, the precious metal prices also have been
Hmm.
following quite strongly there.
Yeah, in fact, I'll come to that later. But first, talk to us about base metals and the ones that you've talked about just now. Is that rally going to continue in December as well? Are there enough triggers in place? Is there enough demand that's likely to trickle in? Because at least the latter part of December is typically a holiday season, and business and economic activity usually takes a backseat.
Oh, well, yes. So when you look at the month of November, the run up has come in not because you saw actual demand, but with the sentiment turning positive. So whether it was about the US dollar, which came off its highs, the expectation that December will not see a very aggressive rate hike, that China will start to improve. So these were three or four things that improved the sentiment, and thus you saw hedge funds and money managers and speculators start to come into metals as a sector. If this demand does not come, if any one of these
Hmm.
factors actually changes, you could be looking at a profit taking as well. But what is working in our favor right now is that China has come out with various measures, whether it has been about reserve ratio cut by 25 basis points, whether it's about lifting ban on refinancing a lot of listed property sector there, or actually giving out stimulus measures to real estate infrastructure, etc. So all of that actually really works. And if China keeps on the path of easing back, rolling back some of these restrictions that they have put in sense of COVID, you could actually be looking at some support into the markets. But as I said, there's just too much of ifs and buts. You have Jerome Powell's speech today. You have non-farm payroll data on Friday. You have the Fed monetary policy on 14th of December. So between all of these things, you will see a lot of choppiness continue here. But yes, the major direction as of now, with the kind of scenario we are, does look positive.
Yeah, in fact, we were chatting with some market technical experts as well, and they said metal stocks also look extremely positive right now for those who want to invest or trade. Are the technicals also sound when it comes to the commodity as well?
Oh, well, yes. When you look at iron ore, we're looking at very strong gains. So almost at $107 a ton and 25% of gains in the month of November. I haven't seen any report that's calling shots on these levels for iron ore right now. But within the
Okay.
non-ferrous metals, copper continues to be our best bet. I mean, every person, every brokerage and bank report that I'm reading, while they are bullish metals, but their top pick definitely still continues to be copper. So I think these couple of metals are something that you should keep on your radar.
Okay, so now on to the precious metals. Of course, it's been a very solid up run for silver and gold as well. In fact, gold, I think, is set to post its best monthly gain for 2022, is it?
Oh, it is, yes, with 7 to 8% of gains. This is a very strong month that we have seen, but that really has deterred physical buying that we saw a very strong start at in the wedding season. So, with the kind of gains that we've seen for the month of November, that seems to be impacting that physical buying.
But is it likely to continue this trajectory for precious metals too?
It does look like that, yes. With the decline in US dollar, with the inflation concerns still there, with the expectation that you could be looking at a less aggressive rate hike, all of that seems to be working in favor of gold. And on technical charts as well, the fact that we've held on above $1740 per ounce does look positive, and the month of December could be giving you better returns still.
But wasn't gold also reacting positively when the rate hike cycle had sort of expedited and markets were retreating? Gold was on a strong footing, but you're also saying that now when the rate hike will be less aggressive, that also augurs well for gold. So can you put things in perspective how this could play out?
Oh, well, absolutely, yes. See, the rate hike cycle is something that the markets believe or started to believe earlier itself that can't be at 75 basis point every month. And that really seems to be happening right now. Gold always declines when the rate cycle begins. But when it starts to peaking or when it starts to, come to its end or when it starts peaking
Hmm.
out is when you see gold buying. And that's exactly what we are seeing right now. Also, gold has been bought very strongly in physical sense, not just in Asia and India, but various other countries as well, whether it has been about Middle East and many parts of US too. The third point is all this recession concerns, if not recession, then slowdown concerns going forward has led to buying in case of gold. You also have seen very strong buying coming in from the global central banks as well. And the whole thing trickling
Hmm.
down is that if the central banks are buying, then you as a retail investor should be invested to gold in some sense, also seems supportive.
Yeah, well, November clearly has been a very interesting month. Our own markets have scaled to new highs. Gold has done very well. Metals have rebounded sharply. Crude also has recovered from the lows. So lots happening, and very divergent things actually are working well and at the same time. So let's see how December pans out. But November clearly has concluded on a strong note for commodities as well. With that, we'll wrap it up for today. We'll be back again tomorrow with a fresh update on commodities.